Yeah, storm wasn't as bad as they said. First they said 4 to 7, then they said 6 to 10. 30-mile-an-hour winds, winter weather advisory, all this. Yeah, it's gone down some here since it was 2 days ago, but yeah, we might have got to 4 inches. But again, it's normal around here. I don't know why they make a big deal out of it. But I guess people get paid big bucks to be wrong all the time. Maybe that's a job I should look into because I'm never right. I could be a weatherman, I guess. But what I'm working on here right now, I just got back from my cousin's. Went down there to get that bale spear. Threw it on the back of the truck and brought it home. Because I screwed up again. I shouldn't tell everybody my mistakes, but I screwed up again the other day. And broke my other bale spear again. See, that one should be angled down like that. That one straight out. Broke that box tube there, split that right open. Bent it so much I could hardly get it off the out of the lift arms on the tractor. Had to do some wiggling around to get that. But without that spear, I have no way to go get hay. I mean, I got 2 skid steers. One's got bald tires on the one side and ain't worth a shit off-road. And especially on top of any snow, I got chains I could put on it, but it ain't gonna help in this stuff to where I gotta go. The one with tracks, I'm lucky I'm even able to get feed in the mixer. I got that thing so screwed up. If that thing might end up as a lawn ornament out there in the field before I'm done, because it's just, I'm tearing it all to hell and I can't do nothing about it. But like I say, I gotta get some hay hauled down here for that barn and for that barn. And so they'll move it down here. Need this tractor. So luckily I got this spear. I haven't used it for years because I really don't like this spear. I should have bought it. I bought it the year I rented the round baler because I needed to move the hay. I should have waited another year or two because this company changed their design. This spear, well, there it shows up, this is a long, deep taper. And the theory of that was, it's a wedge shape, so it goes in. But it's easier to pull out because, you know, it's wedge shape. Well, over time, this is the standard nowadays. This is a spear everything's pretty much made with. They got these in different lengths. And that's another good one. I mean, that goes into bales easy and comes out easy. Instead of just having like a round rod with a point on it, you got to have a little bit of a taper. Well, about 2 or 3 years after I bought this one, they changed design and went to that other style spear on it. So it was better. But I never bought it or anything. This one's actually made. I can go on the 3-point hitch, or these brackets you can actually put it on a loader tractor. You can put it on your bottom arms and hook your cylinders up in these holes and all that. But I never had a loader. That's the other reason why I bought this one specifically too, because I had plans on someday getting a loader on a tractor somewhere. Tractor I had at the time with the loader had the old pull lever to trip the bucket. It was a gravity dump, so it wouldn't work on that tractor anyhow. And then I ended up buying the skid steer, and when I bought the skid steer, I bought that bale spear. And that's specifically why I bought the skid steer, for that. Give me an excuse to buy one. Was to move around bales. So like I said, this one's nothing to put on. So I'm gonna get around at that here. These ruts here. Yeah, really not a big deal putting it on. The only problem I see you might have, and I have a feeling that that's rusted up. It's been sitting on my quick hitch outside here. Spear should actually tilt down a little bit. It's easier spear to bail. I guess all I gotta do is get it on there. I don't give a shit if it goes on there only 2 foot. The bail will stay. But we'll see. I might have to monkey around with it out there. Gotta have them things too, so it doesn't go all over the place. Which hole's I gonna go in? I think these were cheaply made. It doesn't always go all the way through them holes. There it goes. I had to replace that one. I had bought a set of them. It's cheaper to buy a pair of them online than one of them. I don't even know if you could get these through New Holland anymore. I broke, what did I break? It was, if I remember, it was cheaper to buy a set of these online than it was to buy whatever part I broke. I broke one of them tubes or something. But yeah, I had this. This is my top link I had on my quick hitch, and I actually have this spaced out for my quick hitch. And then they're not the right size, but to move bales of hay are good enough. But I can slip them pins in the hooks. The only problem is the top piece on the quick hitch is just a hook, and by rights it should have you just put the pin in here. If they didn't have this piece in here, if I really want to, I probably could cut it out. Cheap weld there breaking out. You can see it is pretty crappy welds, but you would have backed in, you hook this pin and everything hooks up, lines up. Well, since it don't work, all I would do is put this frame up against the quick hitch, and I'd wrap a chain around here just to keep this from falling around too much. But at least I can go get hay now. See, all I gotta do is get it on the spear and bring it up here. That's the problem though, I can't get the hay in the other heifer barn with this. So I'm still gonna have to go over there with the skid steer to get it in the door. But at least I can get it out of the field to where I can get the skid steer to it. And I'll have to look, I might have to put chains on to get up the hill to get over to the other place. That hill, everything else is thought out, but that hill up there never does, the way trees and stuff are. So I may have to put chains on just to get over to the other place to put that bale in the barn. But like I say, you gotta do what you gotta do when you screw things up. You adapt, conquer your problems other ways. But basically in the end, it's all a waste of time. So I'm gonna get on to that. It's nice. Today's first day of daylight savings. I think they should have it all year round. For the simple fact, I'd rather have more daylight in the evenings. Like I say, tonight the sun's not going to set until around 7 o'clock, 7:30, instead of 6:30. And I'd rather have it later in the evenings. Like back in December, we were getting dark here at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'd rather have it 5, 6 o'clock. I don't need daylight in the mornings for what I do. I'd rather have the daylight in the evenings. But I don't know, I heard something it actually passed. They were talking continuing daylight savings year round. So I heard something about like 2024 that was going to go into effect. If I understood right, I think this fall we're going to go back to standard time, but next year when we go to ahead of daylight savings time, they're going to leave it that way. And like I say, they blame it on the farmers for that, to say the farmers need it, but hey, our schedule doesn't change one way or another. It doesn't matter if it's daylight, dark night. We basically do the same things every day. Doesn't matter what time. You try to hold a schedule. So like I say, it doesn't matter if it's light or dark out. We got to do it anyhow. So, but I'm going to go ahead and get something else done here. Yeah, it's a couple days later here. And we got another winter weather advisory, but this time we got hit with it. Still said the same, 4 to 7 inches, possible 35-mile-an-hour winds. frankly, I don't think we got any more snow than we had out of the last one. We probably got close to 7 inches out here now. But I'd say volume-wise or weight-wise or how you ever want to measure it, I don't think it's any more snow. The last snow was heavier and wetter. This is powdery and drifting. So, like I say, I don't know if we really got any more snow. Just it is piling up more. But I think the other thing I was going to say is I was thinking here, probably somebody will be interested in knowing why or how I broke my bale spear this time. And I was kind of using it probably not the way it was supposed to be, but my hay is stacked up and tarped, and I got it stacked up in pyramids of 6. And I'm just showing this because something I got here that's stacked up like this. But it'd be 3 bales, 2 bales, 1 bale. And what I've been doing here lately, because I don't feel like digging the tarp out of the snow and getting it dug out and flipped up on top so I can take it from the top down, what I've been doing is, like, this would be the bottom bale on the left. I would spear it somewhere in like this area, kind of off center, off to the side. Just enough that it would solid in the bale and you could pick it up and it would actually roll over. Problem is, not only am I trying to pick this bale, I'm trying to pick that bale, and I'm trying to pick that bale that's up there too. It's got more weight to it. And I don't think the bale was really froze to the ground, because we were in kind of a warm spell at that time. Like I said, I don't think it was frozen, but if it does freeze in between these bales, a good freeze, it actually is kind of insulating it too, and it does take longer for thaw out. But anyway, with all the weight and stuff and the twist it puts on it and stuff, being lazy and stuff, I broke it again. So, and I don't know when or if I'll fix the damn things. I'm, like I say, I'm so fed up with stuff. I did have to put chains on the skid steer here today so I can get over to the other barn to get that bale of hay in there, because I can't get with that short spear on the tractor. I can't get it in the barn, so I gotta go over with this, pick it up so I can get it up in there. But I had to go over with the tractor and get it out of the pile and get it moved somewhere where I could get to with the skid steer. So that's a half dozen one and another, you know. But so I got here now, I got some hay down here to put in the barn, and this is a skid steer spear I got. Now, like I say, this is just a regular round one, but this does have a fair taper to it. This is a pretty good heavy spear. Like I say, you really don't want one like an inch shaft with just a point on it. You got to have a little bit of a taper to it, or they'll stick in the bales, especially them wrapped bales. They seem to stick on there pretty damn good. But like I say, I'll just share that tidbit because I'm sure somebody's wondering how I broke it again or why I broke it. And that's how I did, doing something stupid. So, but I guess I gotta go do one other thing before I put this hay in the barn. So, but I'm gonna wrap this one up here. So I guess thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you later.